In the beginning of the world, when the animals were still getting used to their roles, there was a lazy camel who lived in the middle of a howling desert. He did nothing all day but sit and chew cud. The horse, the dog, and the ox were busy working for man, but the camel would just say, whenever they asked for help. Have you ever wondered how this lazy creature got his hump? Well, let me tell you a story about that very thing. Back in those days, the world was new and full of wonders, and every creature had a role to play. The horse galloped, the dog fetched, and the ox plowed. But the camel, the camel, he just sat there in the desert, chewing and chewing.
One day, the horse came to the camel and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and trot like the rest of us." But the camel just said, "Humph." The dog asked him to fetch and carry. But again, the camel replied, "Humph." Even the ox asked for help plowing the fields, but all he got was a hump in return.
The other animals grew tired and frustrated. They couldn't understand why the camel wouldn't lend a hoof. They decided enough was enough and marched off to see man.
"We're working so hard, but the camel does nothing and always says, humph," they complained.
Man was troubled. "This won't do," he said, and decided to seek help from the Djinn of all deserts, a powerful and wise spirit who could solve any problem. The Djinn, who was in charge of all deserts, appeared in a swirl of sand and wind. He found the camel lounging lazily and said,
"Camel, you've been very lazy and it's unfair to the other animals.
but the camel just said, "Humph."
Since you've done no work these 3 days, this hump you've given shall become a hump.
And with that, a great hump grew on the camel's back.
Now you can work for 3 days without food or water."
The camel was astonished and tried to shake off the hump, but it wouldn't budge. He groaned and moaned, but the hump stayed. From that day on, the camel had to work like the other animals. The hump reminded him of his laziness, and he never said "humph" again, except when he was really annoyed. The camel learned his lesson, realizing that he couldn't avoid work just because he didn't want to do it. He worked alongside the horse, the dog, and the ox, and they all lived more harmoniously. And that is how the camel got his hump. The story teaches us that laziness never pays off, and that everyone needs to contribute their fair share. So, whenever you see a camel with a hump, remember this tale of hard work and responsibility. The world works best when everyone does their part. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more enchanting tales. Thanks for watching.